Hi, Reverend Tony here with a spiritual challenge for the month of October on the theme of courage. My congregation is working with the theme of courage for the month of October. And so I'm offering you and them this spiritual challenge. My challenge to you is to practice being brave. Yes, you can practice being brave. You see, there's a real annoying aspect to courage. It's that you have to be scared in order to be brave. If you're not frightened, it's not courage. If it's easy, if it doesn't bother you, doesn't make you anxious at all, then it doesn't really require much courage from you. If someone is, say, not afraid of heights, well then rock climbing, going over a very tall bridge, taking a look through the glass floor and the observation deck of a skyscraper, that's not going to bother them very much. They don't need to be brave to do those things. But if you are scared of heights and heights freak you out, then climbing, looking through that floor at the observation tower, or maybe even driving over a very high bridge way above the water or the roadway below, that could really scare you, frighten you. And because that's so, you need to be brave to do those things if heights bother you. Courage, classically called fortitude, is one of the cardinal virtues of ancient and medieval philosophy. Along with justice and temperance and prudence, fortitude or courage is one of the best personal qualities you can have, a virtue. And you become virtuous, you acquire any of these virtues, including courage, by practicing them. How does a person become just? Well, they do things that are just. They practice justice. They give people what they deserve. They give each their due over and over again. The more you work for justice, the more you practice justice, the more just you are, the more likely you are to be just in the future. The same thing with temperance, which is kind of a middle ground. It's a moderation. So the more moderately you think and behave and act, the more likely you are to act moderately the next time. Prudence is wisdom. The more you make wise choices and decisions, the more likely you are to make wise choices in the future. And for fortitude, every time you act bravely, every time you show courage, the easier it will be for you to act courageously the next time courage is required of you. So my challenge to you for this month is to practice acting bravely. Practice your courage. There are many things in daily life that require various amounts of courage from us. What may require a lot of courage from me may not require so much of you. So find something that's a little out of your comfort zone, something new you need to try, something you've been putting off because you really don't want to do it for one reason or another. These things require you to be a little brave. Start small. You don't have to confront major phobias like a fear of heights. Maybe this week at church you'll sing out loud. Maybe you'll have a difficult conversation you've been putting off because you don't want to deal with it. What is it that's a little outside of your comfort zone? Practice it this month. The more you practice courage, the easier it is to be brave next time. So we start small, and we increase and we increase and we get better. Believe it or not, When I was in college, and in high school and college, I had a great fear of public speaking. Eventually, working with the human rights organization Amnesty International, I was asked to address a group of college students. And I was terrified. I was shaking. I was sweating. Many people share this fear. They don't like to speak in public. But I did it. And I did it again. And I started to get over it. And pretty soon it was okay. And then I became a teacher and I talked to people all day long. And then I became a minister. And now I preach sermons and speak at rallies and protests. And over the years, gradually that fear just went away. It took a lot of courage for me to get up and speak to that crowd the first time I did it. Now, I don't think about it. I do it all the time. That's another cool thing about courage and the rest of the virtues. The more you practice them, eventually, if you practice it enough, you won't be called upon to show that virtue. You'll have it. With courage, there are some things that if you practice being brave and you encounter them over again and you get better at it, eventually that won't bother you, like I had with public speaking. So practice bravery this month. Start small. Tackle something a little out of your comfort zone. Maybe move up to something that's a little more challenging. This is how you become brave. Remember, if you're not scared, it's not brave. It's okay to be scared. We're all frightened when we have to do things that are difficult, we don't like, but we can overcome it. We can practice. A little bit at a time. We're a little braver this time, a little braver the next time, and then sometime when we're really called upon to show courage, maybe in a more extreme situation, we'll be a little bit more ready to do so. As always, I'd love to hear your experiences taking on this challenge, so please feel free to get in touch, call, text, email, send me a message here via YouTube or Facebook. Let me know how it went for you, and let me know what you think about this challenge and about courage. Until next time, go in peace. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you haven't done so already, I'd really appreciate it if you could like the video, perhaps leave me a comment, share it with others, and if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please do so. That helps me out a lot. Until next time, be well. Check out my website and blog at tonylorenzen.com for even more resources that will open your mind, touch your heart, and inspire your spirit.